Your life is no longer ordinary, chosen one. You've been sensing that something beyond the physical realm has been tugging at you. Perhaps you've noticed unusual patterns, dreams that feel too real, sudden intuitive nudges that later prove correct, or a deep sense that someone, or something, is guiding your steps. These are not coincidences. They are divine signals announcing that your life is entering the dimension of the supernatural. For the chosen ones, this is not fantasy but reality, and it is about to become your new normal. Think about the times when you prayed silently in your heart and out of nowhere the answer arrived, sometimes through people, sometimes through circumstances aligning perfectly. That wasn't luck. It was the unseen hand of God orchestrating events in your favor. Now imagine those moments magnifying daily, so much so that miracles follow you like a shadow. This is the transition you are walking into, a life where supernatural events are no longer rare, but expected. But here's the challenge. Stepping into this dimension requires preparation. Not everyone around you will understand the unusual blessings or protection surrounding you. Some may envy, others may doubt. Yet your role is not to convince them, it's to remain aligned with your divine purpose. In this season, you must stay anchored in faith, disciplined in prayer, and open to receiving guidance even when it doesn't make sense. This is why Awakened Era exists, to remind you that you're not alone on this journey. Thousands of chosen ones around the world are experiencing the same shift. Together, we are awakening to the truth that supernatural favor is not occasional, it's our lifestyle. Sometimes we wait for the spectacular and overlook the subtle. Miracles don't always arrive with lightning and thunder. They often begin as quiet confirmations. The job opportunity that came out of nowhere, the financial breakthrough just when you were at your lowest, or the unexpected healing after years of struggle. These are early signs that the supernatural is already shadowing your steps. One of the clearest signs is divine timing. Think about how many times you've been delayed, only to discover that the delay protected you from harm or set you up for something greater. For the chosen ones, delays are not denials, they're divine appointments. That moment you thought was rejection may have been God's redirection, steering you into your miracle. Another sign is unusual favor. Maybe people show up to support you without you asking. Maybe opportunities seem to locate you instead of you chasing them. This isn't normal, it's supernatural alignment. The chosen carry a spiritual magnetism that attracts what is destined for them. And when this begins happening consistently, it's a confirmation that you are no longer operating in the natural but in the divine flow. As Awakened Era reminds us, supernatural living is about awareness. The more you notice these signs, the more they multiply. Gratitude opens the floodgates for even greater miracles. When you acknowledge the small blessings, heaven entrusts you with larger ones. Chosen one, do you realize how many battles you've already survived without even knowing? The supernatural isn't just about blessings, it's also about divine protection. There are countless dangers that never touched you because unseen forces were working on your behalf. That accident you narrowly avoided, the toxic relationship that ended before it destroyed you, the sickness that didn't consume you, these were not accidents. They were divine interventions. Scientific studies show that our bodies have natural defense mechanisms like the immune system, which fights off millions of potential threats daily. But beyond biology lies divine covering. Think about it. How many times have you said, "Something told me not to go there," or "I just felt I shouldn't do this"? That something was divine guidance. The chosen ones have angels and spiritual guardians assigned to them. They protect you in ways logic can't explain. The Bible speaks of this in Psalm 91. For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. Whether you are deeply religious or simply spiritually aware, this truth remains. Chosen ones are surrounded by protection. Even in places where enemies plot against you, their plans collapse. Even in storms meant to drown you, divine hands pull you out. This protection is not random. It's a covenant. It means that your destiny is too valuable to be cut short. And while you may face battles, remember that every battle is designed to reveal your victory, not your defeat. Breakthroughs for chosen ones rarely come slowly. They arrive suddenly, like the bursting of a dam after years of pressure. You might feel as if nothing is moving in your life right now, but the supernatural operates differently from the natural. In the natural world, growth is gradual. In the supernatural, transformation can happen overnight. One phone call, one encounter, one divine idea can shift everything you've been praying for. Think about stories of people who were overlooked for years only to be promoted to positions of influence in an instant. Joseph in the Bible went from prison to the palace in one day. That's not just a biblical tale, it's a spiritual principle. God accelerates the timelines of chosen ones when the season is right. If you've been enduring long seasons of waiting, don't lose hope. The sudden shift is often closest right before the breakthrough. And here's what makes these breakthroughs even more supernatural. They don't just bless you, they bless everyone connected to you. When the chosen rise, their families, communities, and generations rise with them. That's why your life feels heavier at times. Your breakthrough isn't just personal, it's generational. Awakened Era is here to remind you. Your breakthrough doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It won't be logical, it won't fit into timelines people set for you. It will be a supernatural eruption, undeniable and unexplainable. Chosen one, you don't have to chase people. Divinely orchestrated connections will find you. The supernatural realm operates like a web, weaving people and opportunities together at the right time. Maybe you've noticed certain people showing up in your life unexpectedly, offering wisdom, guidance, or even opportunities. These are not random encounters. They are divine alignments meant to push you toward your destiny. History is filled with examples of how one relationship shifted everything. Consider Oprah Winfrey, whose career was propelled after someone recognized her talent and gave her a platform. That wasn't just human recognition, it was divine timing. The chosen often carry gifts the world desperately needs, and when the right connection intersects with that gift, everything changes. You might feel isolated right now, misunderstood by those around you. But don't despair. The supernatural ensures that the right people will arrive at the right moment. It may be a mentor who speaks life into you, a friend who believes in you when no one else does, or even a stranger who opens a door of opportunity you couldn't have imagined. The supernatural doesn't only appear in the physical world. It often comes through your inner world, your dreams and visions. Many chosen ones report having vivid dreams that later manifest in reality, or visions that feel more like glimpses of the future than imagination. This is not your mind playing tricks on you, it's divine communication. Dreams are one of the oldest spiritual languages. Ancient civilizations, prophets, and even modern leaders have acknowledged the power of dreams in guiding decisions. Think about how Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision of a better future ignited a movement. Visions aren't just personal, they are messages meant to shift nations, families, and generations. If you're a chosen one, your dreams are not ordinary. Pay attention to recurring themes, people, or symbols. Sometimes they are warnings, sometimes instructions, and sometimes promises of what's to come. The supernatural uses your subconscious as a canvas to prepare you for what your spirit already knows but your mind cannot yet see. Supernatural living doesn't just bring blessings, it also attracts battles. Chosen ones often feel the intensity of spiritual warfare more than others. You may notice sudden obstacles when you're close to a breakthrough, unusual fatigue when you're stepping into purpose, or resistance that feels stronger than normal. This isn't because you're weak, it's because you're dangerous to the enemy's plans. Spiritual warfare is not always about dramatic events, sometimes it's subtle. It may appear as anxiety, discouragement, or constant distractions that try to pull you away from your calling. But here's the truth. The intensity of your battles is a reflection of the magnitude of your destiny. The greater the warfare, the greater the calling on your life. Even history shows us this principle. Great leaders, reformers, and innovators faced enormous opposition before their voices were heard. Jesus, Moses, Martin Luther King Jr. Their paths were filled with conflict because they carried destinies that threatened darkness. You, chosen one, carry that same light. But remember, you are not fighting alone. Heaven's armies fight on your behalf. Every prayer you whisper, every act of faith you take, activates supernatural forces that ensure your victory. Warfare may surround you, but you are surrounded by something greater. Chosen one, your life will be marked by miracles that defy human explanation. These aren't just small blessings, but events that leave even skeptics speechless. Healing when doctors said there was no cure. Financial provision when you had nothing left. Opportunities that seemed impossible based on your qualifications or background. This is the lifestyle of the supernatural. It cancels logic. Miracles aren't just about showing God's power. They are about revealing your purpose. Every time a miracle happens in your life, it becomes a testimony that strengthens others. Your story of "I shouldn't be here, but I am" is the kind of story that transforms hearts and ignites faith in those who have lost hope. Even science acknowledges mysteries it cannot fully explain. There are countless medical cases labeled spontaneous recovery, where patients healed against all odds. For the chosen ones, these aren't coincidences. They're confirmations of divine involvement. Chosen one of the most supernatural patterns in your life will be provision that arrives just when you need it most. Think back to the times when you were down to your last option, your last dollar, or your last ounce of hope, and suddenly something shifted. Maybe a friend unexpectedly helped, maybe an opportunity opened at the perfect moment, or maybe a resource appeared out of nowhere. This is not random kindness, it is supernatural provision. The chosen are sustained in ways that defy human logic because their assignment is too important to be stopped by lack. Even history shows this principle. Many great leaders and spiritual pioneers faced seasons of lack before walking into abundance. George Mueller, a Christian evangelist, famously ran orphanages for thousands of children without ever asking for money. Time and again, when food ran out, provisions miraculously appeared at the door. These weren't accidents, they were supernatural affirmations that the work was divinely supported. And chosen one, that same type of provision is attached to your life. You may think you're struggling, but the truth is, lack will never consume you because supernatural supply will always step in. So don't be afraid when resources look limited. Your life is not sustained by human systems but by divine orchestration. The chosen may face temporary lack, but they will always experience timely supply. The chosen often walk into rooms where they don't meet the qualifications on paper, but still, doors swing open. This is what we call supernatural favor. It is the invisible advantage that chosen ones carry, an aura of grace that makes people want to help them, trust them, or invest in them even when logic says otherwise. You may not have the credentials, the money, or the connections, but when favor rests on you, it does what effort alone cannot do. Consider biblical figures like Esther, who found favor in the eyes of a king and saved her people, or modern figures like Nelson Mandela, who despite years of imprisonment, emerged with an influence that shaped nations. These stories remind us that favor is not earned by human effort but granted by divine authority. Chosen one, when you carry this favor, you may notice opportunities chasing you rather than you chasing them. You may notice people speaking highly of you in rooms you've never entered. That's not chance, that's favor in operation. And here's the beauty. Favor doesn't just open doors for you, it keeps them open. What the world thinks is luck is really divine fingerprints on your journey. Chosen one, when you walk into a room, you may notice that the atmosphere changes. People may suddenly become quiet, others may feel a sense of peace, or sometimes even discomfort. This is because the supernatural presence you carry cannot be ignored. You are not just a person, you are a vessel carrying divine energy, and that energy shifts the environments you step into. Think of times when you entered a space and people later admitted, I don't know why, but I feel better when you're around. Or conversely, when certain people avoided you without reason. That's because the light you carry exposes both comfort and conviction. Scientific research even supports the idea that energy fields can affect people. Studies in psychology and neuroscience show how one person's mood or energy can influence entire groups. Chosen ones amplify this effect because of the supernatural frequency within them. So don't be alarmed if environments seem different when you arrive. You are not ordinary, you are an atmosphere changer. As much as you will experience blessings and miracles, chosen one, you will also experience resistance, sometimes from the people closest to you. This resistance isn't always because people dislike you. Often it's because the supernatural favor on your life exposes insecurities in others. Your light can make others uncomfortable, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because it reminds them of what they've neglected in themselves. Even Jesus faced rejection in his own hometown. The people who knew him as a child couldn't reconcile the supernatural calling on his life. Similarly, chosen ones often find that their greatest resistance doesn't come from strangers, but from family, friends, or colleagues who cannot understand the weight of their destiny. This can be painful, but it's also confirmation. You carry something different. So when resistance shows up, don't shrink back. Remember, it's not a reflection of your weakness but of your strength. Chosen one of the most profound realities of walking in the supernatural is angelic assistance. Many people think of angels as distant, untouchable beings, but the truth is, they are actively involved in your life. Countless testimonies exist of people being protected in accidents, receiving unexplainable guidance, or encountering strangers who vanished after offering help. These are often angelic interventions in disguise. The Bible declares in Hebrews 1:14 that angels are ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation. That means chosen ones have assigned help from heaven. Think of the times when you narrowly escaped danger or received wisdom that seemed beyond your understanding. That was angelic activity. Even in modern times, police officers, travelers, and even children have testified of mysterious figures who appeared, helped, and then disappeared without a trace. This assistance reminds you that you are never alone. Even when you feel isolated, heaven has already deployed resources to ensure your journey is secure. Chosen one, when you step into the supernatural, you'll notice that your spiritual gifts begin to sharpen. Perhaps you've always had a strong intuition, an ability to sense people's true intentions, or a knack for speaking words that deeply impact others. These aren't just personality traits, they are supernatural gifts designed to serve humanity. As you grow in awareness, these gifts will awaken more strongly, becoming tools for your purpose. History shows us how individuals with awakened gifts change the world. Prophets in ancient times guided nations. Inventors and visionaries often describe their ideas coming out of nowhere, almost like downloads from a higher source. You may begin to write with unusual creativity, speak with wisdom beyond your years, or find healing abilities flowing through you. These are signs that your gifts are activating in this season. So don't doubt yourself when unusual talents rise up within you. They are evidence of your supernatural identity. Fear is one of the greatest weapons the enemy uses to silence chosen ones. Yet when the supernatural covers you, you'll find boldness rising up in moments where fear should have crippled you. Think of David standing before Goliath, a young shepherd facing a giant warrior. By natural standards, David should have been terrified, but with supernatural boldness, he declared victory and acted on it. In your own life, this boldness may show up when you confront injustice, speak truth even when it's unpopular, or take risks that others are too afraid to take. Supernatural boldness is not arrogance, it is faith in action. It's the assurance that even though circumstances look threatening, heaven's power is greater. People may wonder how you do it, but deep down you know. It's not you, it's the Spirit working through you. This boldness will carry you through storms others can't endure, and it will open doors that only the fearless can walk through. Chosen one, One of the marks of the supernatural in your life is healing, sometimes for yourself and sometimes for others. This doesn't always mean laying hands and performing miracles. Often it's as simple as your presence bringing peace to broken hearts. People may come to you for comfort, and just being around you begins to heal wounds that medicine cannot touch. Scientific studies reveal that stress decreases in the presence of compassionate people, and even heart rates can stabilize when someone feels safe. This is the science behind what you already carry: supernatural healing energy. You may notice that people confide in you, feel lighter after talking to you, or experience hope where they once felt despair. Don't dismiss this gift, it's part of your calling. So pay attention when others say, "I feel better when you're around." That's healing flowing through you, chosen one. As you step deeper into the supernatural, you'll begin to sense things before they happen. This isn't about paranoia, it's prophetic insight. You may get warnings about people's intentions, foresight about opportunities, or even visions of coming events. These insights don't come from guesswork but from divine revelation. History has shown countless examples of prophetic insight shaping the future. Winston Churchill reportedly sensed the danger of Nazi Germany before many others did. Prophets in Scripture foretold events that came to pass centuries later. Today, chosen ones still walk in this gift, often receiving insight that protects them and guides others. Don't ignore these inner nudges. The supernatural equips you with foresight so that you're always one step ahead. Chosen one, your supernatural journey isn't just about you, it's about your family line. You are the one breaking curses that generations before you couldn't overcome. That addiction, poverty cycle, or pattern of broken relationships ends with you. The supernatural favor on your life ensures that your children and generations after you will inherit blessings instead of battles. Think about it. Someone in every bloodline is chosen to rewrite the story. In the Bible, Abraham was called to birth a new covenant, and his descendants became a nation. In history, we see families transformed because one person decided to rise higher, align spiritually, and refuse to repeat the patterns of the past. That person is you. You are the bridge between old chains and new freedom. Your victories are not just yours. They are seeds planted for those who come after you. When supernatural events follow you, they don't stop with you. They overflow to those around you. Your blessing becomes a blessing for your friends, family, and even strangers. Think of Joseph in Egypt. His divine wisdom not only saved his family but also an entire nation from famine. In the same way, your overflow is designed to bring life and hope to others. Maybe you've noticed how when you prosper, your family benefits. Or when you speak encouragement, your friends suddenly find clarity. That's because chosen ones don't live for themselves. They are vessels through which blessings pour into the world. You are the kind of person who leaves people better than you found them, and that is supernatural impact. So remember, when miracles follow you, they're meant to follow others through you. The greatest truth, chosen one, is that the supernatural is not a seasonal event. It is a lifestyle. Many people experience miracles once in a while, but you are called to live in them daily. This means walking with constant awareness of divine protection, provision, guidance, and favor. It means expecting breakthroughs instead of doubting them. It means knowing that you are not just surviving life, you are transforming it. Living permanently in the supernatural doesn't mean life will be without challenges. It means challenges will never have the final say. It means storms may rise, but you will always walk on water. It means even in deserts, rivers of provision will flow. And when others see your life, they will know. This is not human ability, it's divine presence. Chosen one, Awakened Era is here to walk with you on this journey. Like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can awaken to the truth that they, too, are chosen.